Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden and 2K packs? Well, look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable Madden and 2K coins on the market. And of course, do not forget to use code Ferdy for 5% off. A link for their website is at the top of the description. What's going on, guys? Today we are talking about the best cards at each position currently here in Madden 23. And of course, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. We post daily Madden 23 content, gameplays, tier list videos just like this. So of course, any kind of support is appreciated. So of course, let's get started with the quarterbacks. And obviously QB1 right now is John Elway. Everything about this card is nasty, from his release to his stats to, of course, his price tag. The abilities are good on this card too. I mean, Hot Route Master, Gunslinger, Fearless, all that good stuff. Can also get, you know, both of them. So you can go Gunslinger 1 AP, Hot Route Master, or you can even go 2 AP for like Gunslinger Fearless, which is straight up nasty. But yeah, this card is QB1, but he's not that realistic for a lot of people. So if you are someone that actually, you know, doesn't want to spend 4 million coins, 4.5 million coins on a quarterback, I think QB1 could either be Steve Young or McNair. I like both cards. For my play style, I would probably go Steve Young maybe over McNair, but I do like McNair a lot. I like his X factors, like his ability setup, you know, for the 4 AP set feet Fearless combo. It's pretty good if you don't want to run Fearless, even 4 AP protected set feet, which I swear I felt the difference in protected. I was thinking back in all the quarterback gameplays that I've done recently, and I threw the most bombs in the McNair gameplay because I had the most time with protected, which I was thinking about it. I'm like, damn, maybe that ability was working. But I like Steve Young as well. I dropped that gameplay on Thursday. Really good card, good speed, good stats, good release, good ability configuration as well with the Gunslinger and the pass lead and the Fearless. Kind of can do whatever you want with Steve Young. So QB1, in my opinion, is Elway, and then 2A, 2B is Steve Young and Air McNair. Okay, so now we have our running back. And I was originally thinking about doing an RB1 for the elusive backs and an RB1 for the power backs, but then I thought about it. And the best running back in the game right now, without debate, is Barry Sanders. If you want to go power back, I like Derrick Henry the best. Me personally, I like his abilities, his size, 250. The speed isn't the greatest, but that card's so frustrating to face still. But Barry is RB1 right now, fastest running back in the game. The COD is there, the juke move, even a decent pass catcher, even, you know, good break tackle, stuff like that. And for the abilities, he does get 0 AP evasive and 1 AP human joystick. And if you want to throw the ball to him out of the backfield, put on short and elite, put on RB apprentice, do whatever you want to do. But Barry Sanders is clear-cut RB1 right now in this game. The speed, the animations, the way he moves, the card's just different. So now we have the wide receivers, and I did just recently drop some all Madden rankings videos. I dropped a short and I dropped a full-length video on who I liked for the all Madden promo, and you guys convinced me. You guys really did, and I thought I was gonna be, you know, giving Cooper Kupp this credit that most people weren't gonna see. But honestly, Cooper Kupp, I'm not putting him at number 1. I'm just gonna, you know, I go over the top 3 receivers because there's 3 receiver positions usually. So I think Cooper Kupp does fall at number 2 or 3, believe it or not. And you're probably thinking to yourself, 91 speed. We have 93 speed, 92 speed receivers in this game right now. But this card just plays different. I don't know why. It was the same thing with his first All Madden pre-order card. His stats didn't go crazy, but his card just plays different. I can't describe it. I don't know why, but he really, really does. I'll probably make a video on this Cooper Kupp card early next week or something like that for you guys. But dude, I love this card. The 3 thresholds, the size, the after the catch. But the best part about Cooper Kupp's card, easily the best part, is the 0 AP short in and the 1 AP slot apprentice. This little, you know, combo right here makes this card and puts him at a different level. 0 AP short in, easily a top 3, top 4 offensive ability in the game right now, maybe even higher than that. For 0 AP is just insane. So Cooper Kupp is definitely in this top 3. This one, kind of a no-brainer. We have Jerry Rice, 92 speed, 3 thresholds, 6'2", 200, good after the catch. Jerry cards always play super well, just like Cooper Kupp, just like Devontae Adams. I swear, like Kyle Pitts has the same stuff. But for some reason, whenever they added in this next-gen route running, you know, mechanic or whatever it was, they don't really talk about it anymore, but it was a thing. It was like one of their key features that they added on the next gen when it came out in Madden 21. Ever since, you know, I've kind of switched to next gen, I've noticed that guys like Jerry, Cooper Kupp, all these, you know, super technical route runners in real life, they just have weird separation where it's just better than like a random like Doug Baldwin card or like a random you know, Roddy White, for example. I'm just thinking of names, but you know, Jerry Rice plays super well, and he does get route tech, but even without route tech, he would still be here. I also do like, fully powered up, I do like his abilities. 0 AP runoff's really good. Runoff's super good. 1 AP slide apprentice, 2 AP route tech, which you can run. But even without route tech, he would still be up here. He 100% would be. This card is absolutely amazing. So for this third and final receiver spot, there was a lot of consideration. There really was. And I wasn't sure what I wanted to do here, who my third receiver was going to be. But I've come to the decision, and I am going to go with Harold Carmichael. Yes, Harold Carmichael. This card is still broken because we still don't have enough super tall corners in this game right now. And all I know is if you put deep out on Carmichael and he's in single coverage on a streak, I've said this before, but instead of it being a 50-50 ball, they're literally 90-10 balls. I mean, this dude's still stupid good, even though he's not the fastest. I mean, just put him on a streak in single coverage against man coverage. And yeah, if you have deep out, unless you're facing like a deep out or a deep route KO or whatever the case is, even with a deep route KO, you still might come down with this, honestly. That's how good this card is. Still just so frustrating to face. He's kind of like Derrick Henry, but for the receivers. And yes, there's a bunch of good options. This was very close. It wasn't like a clear-cut runaway here for the number 3 spot. Hester's obviously super good with his speed and route running, but 6'8", he's still too good not to put him on here. Okay, so now we have our fullback, and honestly, if you choose any of these 3 guys to be your fullback, if you are using fullbacks, you really can't go wrong. I've been using Keith on a Jets team. Joe Perry's kind of like an elusive fullback, but I think I might go with Keith, just because I really like this card. 2 AP tank, 1 AP backfield mismatch, is also somewhat elusive, but 6'4", 238 pounds. I think he plays better as a fullback, even though he's not as fast as Joe Perry, but Joe Perry's only 200 pounds. More elusive. The strength isn't anything crazy. That's why I'm going to go Keith. He's more of a traditional fullback. You kind of get more of what you'd want out of a fullback in Keith Byers. So I'm going to go him for fullback 1 right now. So right now in Madden 23, the tight end landscape is just stupid stacked. I don't think we've ever seen a tight end landscape like this where we've had this many just super top tier tight ends. I can't remember a Madden game that I played where there isn't like a clear cut number 1. So if you want a straight up pass catcher, I'm going to go with Kyle Pitts, 6'6", best pass catching tight end in the game right now. Easily 3 threshold, 6'6". His animations are just stupid. He's kind of like a Jerry Rice or Devontae. I don't know why, but his cards just always play overpowered, mainly because he's 6'6" and has good speed. But if you want more of like a hybrid kind of guy, I mean, you could go Delaney. He's 6'2", but I like Pete still. Pete is still that guy for me. 6'7" with, good run block and also, 95 short route running. So obviously still a good pass catcher. I would go Pitts over him. I would. But if you want that mix of run block and receiving, I like Pete the best right now. Still, obviously there's guys like George Kittle who's got really good stats, but he's not 6'7" like Pete, and I kind of like that mix. Even the new Keith Jackson that came out today, very disappointing card because he is an LTD and doesn't even have like a 0 AP ability, which I feel like he should have. That would make him kind of worth going after. But yeah, I'm for the tight ends, pass catcher, I'm going to go Kyle Pitts. More of like a pass catcher / run blocker, I'm going to go with Pete. And so for the offensive line, I don't want to spend too much time on these guys, but left tackle Ogden, I think he is number 1. There is Trent and there is Andrew Thomas. Honestly, these 3 guys are probably top 5 linemen in the game right now, and you're going to see that the right side of the line is very thin as far as their position group goes. I'm going to go with Randall McDaniel here, though, over Ed Booty, or Ed Buddy, however you say his name. I'm going to say Booty, though. I like that. And then I'm going to go Jeff Saturday at center, but right guard, you could definitely go Jari, but I would move over these left tackles and put them at right guard and right tackle, especially because right now we don't have a 1 AP right tackle. Yes, we might get one. If you're watching this, we may already have one down the road, but I would move over Andrew Thomas. I'd move over Trent Williams and play them on the outside because they get 1 AP edge protector. So yeah, so does Ogden. So if you want to have the best possible team, even if you don't need to get Ogden, Trent Williams still affordable and Andrew Thomas also affordable, and put both those guys on the edge and you can kind of negate or eliminate edge threats and edge threat elites out there, which is really, really nice. Kind of counter a guy like Micah. So yeah, that's my tip for the offensive line. So moving over to defense, we have our left ends, and left end is a weird position because I don't think there is a clear-cut number 1. It's not like there's a guy with good discounted abilities and has all 3 traits like a lot of these other positions do. But I'm going to go with Javon Curse. I like this card. The fastest out of the group, good power, good finesse, good block shed, 6'4", 260, so a good height and a weight, and also does get 0 AP speedster. But really none of these guys, besides maybe Strahan, get that good of a discounted ability, and that's when you power up Strahan. So, you have to spend a little bit more for the 2 AP double or nothing. But, no one has perfect traits. None of these cards are perfect, so there isn't like a clear-cut number 1 in my opinion. It just kind of comes down to how you want to play. But I am going to go with Javon Curse here. So unlike left end, I do think there's easily a clear-cut number one right end, and that's Aaron Donald. But honestly, you could play him anywhere on the line, defensive tackle, wherever you want to put him. This card's going to be super dominant. But yeah, 88 speed, 91 acceleration, power, and finesse. Great run-stopping stats. All these traits are on, yes. Big hitter, high motor, bull rush, spin move, swim move, strips ball, yes. Perfect traits on Aaron Donald. That's why his cards always play so well. And also does get really good abilities. 2 AP edge threat, probably, maybe not. Maybe you want to run it, maybe you don't, it's up to you, but it's a 1 AP double or nothing. This combo right here absolutely is deadly. I recommend you try it, even if they have, an edge protector, double or nothing, still going to go crazy, and maybe you can even move him around a little bit. If he is facing an edge protector, put him at defensive tackle, double or nothing, still going to fire, it's still going to go crazy. So I think Aaron Donald might be, honestly, the best, defensive tackle, right end, left end in the game right now. So at defensive tackle, we have a bunch of really good legend names. Darnell Dockett, William Perry, Seymour. We have Mean Joe Green, even John Randall's in the game. Tony Sargusa, the free all Madden card that you're able to get from playing the solos, which is a really good option, by the way. Does get a 0 AP ability and 1 AP defensive rally. I love this card a lot. But yes, we have all these good legends, but I'm actually going to go with Fletcher Cox. Good speed, good acceleration, over 90 in power moves, over 90 in all run stopping stats, good size at 6'4", 310 pounds, and most importantly, also good abilities with 1 AP inside stuff, 1 AP goal line stuff, which I would just run inside stuff. There's no difference between these two besides inside stuff works on the 50 and goal line only works within, what is it, the 5-yard line maybe? Yeah, 5-yard line. So yeah, just run inside stuff, and I'm just waiting until we get a 0 AP inside stuff, or like 2 of them, because if you stack them up, I'm telling you, discounted abilities are going to really make this game interesting down the stretch. I really think so, because they're going to they're already starting to do 0 AP abilities, but how are they going to keep them, how are they going to keep dropping relevant abilities in, February, at the end of February, at the start of March? I don't know. This game might just die. It might die even more than it already is, honestly. I'm curious, but we'll see. But Fletcher Cox, best defensive tackle right now. So very similar to the whole Cooper Kupp situation, a lot of you guys did, again, in the comment section, bring up some pretty good points that actually kind of would knock Micah Parsons down a little bit. This card's been playing really well for me, but in nickel over, all I need is speed off my right side of the line. I guess the left if you're looking at it from the back or whatever. But all I really need is speed. So Micah's been playing really well for me. But again, it's pretty easy to counter his ability that I love so much, and that is, the edge threat elite, which is just under pressure, basically an edge threat in one ability, which I really like. So it is pretty easy to counter. Even as a user, this card's really good. So his versatility is still good. I still think he is the best left outside linebacker in the game right now. But I do understand why people think this card is a little bit overrated, because it's so easy to counter. You can run a fearless quarterback or even just a 1 AP edge threat, and his ability is just gone. You're basically using him stock. But if you are running nickel over and you are getting that free runner, all you need is speed. So Micah's been playing well for me, but I do see how in certain schemes he might not be the greatest. And even still, linebackers with Lurker have their issues. They really do. I've seen some pretty crazy clips recently of linebackers just still not working like they should, or even just being football players. It's stupid why they do linebackers like this, but I still think Micah is the best left outside linebacker currently. So for middle linebacker, I was actually considering bringing Derek Brooks into this conversation. He does get 0 AP Lurker, gets 90 man coverage, 90 zone coverage. So I think as a user, Derek Brooks is really good because 0 AP Lurker is really good. You can still run whatever abilities you were running on defense before, but you still get your animations with Lurker. But the best middle linebacker in the game is Kuechly, and here's my reasoning. You really aren't if you are using a card, you're not really putting him in a bunch of man coverage scenarios. Even if you are letting a card lurk, you're usually, unless you are, I don't know what your scheme is, but you're usually not putting your linebacker into man coverage situations. So I'm not going to value it that much. What I do value is the run stopping stats, and Kuechly has better run stopping stats than Derek Brooks, and also has 3 inches on Derek Brooks, and does get 1 AP Lurker when he's powered up. So Luke Kuechly, I think, is the best linebacker in the game because he's a good user and consistent. Also, good COD stuff like that. So a good user and can stop the run, more of a balanced middle linebacker. While you have Derek Brooks, who isn't as good against the run, not as tall, but I think is, with the 0 AP Lurker, debatably a better user in coverage kind of guy. So honestly, you can't go wrong with either, but I do like Kuechly a lot. So now we have our right outside linebackers, and the reason why I'm not going to put Derek Brooks at number 1 here is because if you are playing this card at right outside linebacker, I feel like if you're going to user a card, you want to put him in the middle at sub linebacker. The same thing with Micah. Micah even could have been in that conversation with 90 zone. He's faster than all these guys and also does get 1 AP Lurker. But I like his edge rushing too much as well. I just love it. But the reason why Derrick Brooks won't be at the top for the right outside linebackers is simply because you're not using him at right outside linebacker. You're putting him at middle linebacker or sub linebacker usually. So here I am actually going to go with the brand new Clay Matthews. 88 speed, 93 acceleration, 6'3", 255, 2 thresholds against the run. Card's a monster. Even decent zone if you want to drop him back. But again, it's for the abilities. I mean, as we kind of go on, these top tier all Madden legend cards are always going to have the best of the best ability wise. And it's the 1 AP double or nothing on this card. I talked about double or nothing on the Aaron Donald card. This is really, really good here. Double or nothing's amazing. You can even go double or nothing, defensive rally 3 AP, double or nothing, under pressure 3 AP, just really good. But I mean, under pressure, like I said, under pressures and edge threats can be countered very easily if you do come across, either an edge protector or a fearless quarterback. So now moving into the secondary, getting started with the cornerbacks, we have Deion Sanders, obviously number one. He's very similar to like a John Elway where people are starting to get him, but it's going to be a while before you start seeing a lot of Deion. Really good abilities. Obviously, all team chems. This card is ridiculous. The stats, the speed, card stupid good. But here at number 2, I am going to go with Mike Haynes. His run stopping stats aren't as good as I wish that they were, but still 6'2", 92 speed, 92 acceleration, can play man, can play zone. Also does get some pretty good discounted abilities. And for the final spot, I was kind of torn between Tillman and Ramsey. I didn't really know who to pick, but I am actually gonna go with Ramsey just because Tillman's just so expensive. There's no point in even like considering that card even exists. Like no one's really using him because his price is just so high. So I am gonna go with Jalen Ramsey, but just know that Tillman might be a little bit better because of the hit power and the 0 AP, strip specialist, whatever you want to do there. It's up to you. Tillman might be a little bit better, but his price is just $2 million for a corner when you can get someone that's, you can't even buy him right now. So there you go. But you can get a corner that's maybe a little, like a hair worse for $350K. So that's kind of my opinion on all these corners right now. And so at free safety, I was between 2 different guys, Kevin Byard and Ed Reed. Those were kind of the last 2 names I was, channeling in on. But I am going to go with Ed Reed for multiple reasons. Number 1 is Ed Reed can play man coverage. Ed Reed has better block shed. He might not be as good of a tackler as Byard is with 89 tackling, but you see right here, Kevin has 64 block shed. If he gets blocked, he's basically out of the play. Ed Reed, 87 block shed with good impact block, where he can still, even if he slows down the ball carry, he's still making a difference instead of being stuck behind a block. But yeah, can play man, can play zone, good speed, good acceleration, and also, of course, it's the abilities on Ed Reed. I went to the wrong spot there. Let me fix that. Okay, right here, go to the power up. Ed Reed also does get discounted acrobat, 0 AP lumberjack, 1 AP mid zone, and 1 AP pick artist, which also Kevin does get as well. But I just like Ed Reed's card because it's a little bit more consistent. And for our strong safeties, we have some pretty nice names. Like Derwin James was someone I considered here. Obviously 6'2", 215, good speed and acceleration. But believe it or not, I'm gonna go with Isaiah Palomalo. Isaiah Palomao. Isaiah Palomao. Never heard of this guy. I guess he's on the Raiders. But yeah, 91 speed, 92 acceleration, 6'4", 211 pounds, can play man and zone, can even tackle pretty well. So I am going to go with Isaiah. I think this guy's still in the comp battle pass. I know that Monday we're getting, I believe it's going to be Daniel Jones. So yeah, maybe if you haven't got him yet, try to get him now. But he is in the comp pass right now, and this card is really good. But if you're watching this and you can't get him anymore, I would probably just say Derwin James. Obviously, 91 speed, 91 acceleration, 6'2". Doesn't hit that man threshold like Isaiah does, but still zone and also good against the run. It also does get 1 AP enforcer and 1 AP pick artist, so pretty solid there. But I'm gonna have to go with Isaiah, just 6'4" with that speed and man coverage and zone is just way too good. So yeah, that is gonna do it for today's video. If you have any names that maybe I missed, drop a comment down below. And of course, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and I will see you boys in the next one.